You are going to learn what make the rich become still rich and the poor still poor in this time of recession. There are 4 assets that make you rich. How to invest in stocks and make money in this time of recession. And who make money from this outbreak. Before we begin, kindly subscribe to my channel and click the notification bell for you to get alert for my new videos.
And it's really simple, My poor dad always said to me, go to school and get a high-paying job. That's not wealth. That's a job. You can get fired, And then my rich dad always says, work for assets. So there's basically 4 asset classes that makes a person rich, and there's lots of more, the subheadings and all this. But number 1 is a business. The richest young guys today start companies. It's called Facebook, Google, Apple, stuff like that, Number 2 is real estate. So what my rich dad taught me is a combination of being an entrepreneur in business and entrepreneur in real estate. It's that combination is I pay no tax, and I make a lot more money. Okay, so a lot of guys say, well, I have a business. I say, well, how much real estate you got? Without real estate, you pay tax. That's the problem. And then there's paper, which is stocks, bonds, mutual funds, and savings. That's what most people should be in. The reason savings are good, paper is good, like stocks, bonds, mutual funds, are liquid. You make a mistake, you can get in and out real quick. Called liquid. The trouble with these two, you make a mistake, you're there forever. Can't get in and out. So that's why you gotta be very smart before you go in. And the last is commodities. And that's why I own oil. And as the price of oil goes down, people say, are you losing money? I said, no, because in the US, if you deal in oil, you get tax breaks. I invest $1 million in oil, I get 800,000 back. So I get an 80% return day 1. So oil is very, very profitable. That's what, but I don't invest in oil stocks. Very different. Okay, so if oil goes to $20 a barrel, I'm still cash flowing, I'm still making money. So it's at about 40 right now.
Why be an owner in a company? Essentially, it gives you a piece of the action of what the company's doing. And for a very small amount of money, you can buy 100 shares of a company and have all the benefits of that company growing 1 year, 2 years, 10 years, 20 years. Not every company does that. But the neat thing is you have a piece of the action. It works hard for you morning, noon, and night while you go about your own profession. And that is a great efficiency you have about investing.
Companies are built to grow. They work to sell more products, expand their operations, and increase their earnings quarter by quarter and year by year. When you buy a stock, you buy a small piece of a company. You become a partial owner, a shareholder. Your stocks can make money for you in 2 ways. First, when the price of your shares goes up. And second, if the company pays out dividends. Let's take a closer look. The most basic sign of growth is a company's ability to earn profits, what the market calls earnings. As the earnings of a company grow, so typically does the price of its stock, making your shares more valuable when you sell them. Now, about the other way you can make money, those dividends. When companies are profitable, they can use their earnings to expand the business. They can also pay dividends to their shareholders as a way of sharing some of the earnings. The dividend yield is the dividend divided by the stock price. It tells you how much the company pays in dividends for every $1 of stock. It's similar to the idea of interest, how much cash you earn for every $1 you invest in that company. And if you reinvest those dividends in more stock, you can earn money on the original investment and potentially see further growth on your dividends. Together, reinvested dividends and appreciation work to create compound growth. Over time, compounding allows your investments to grow faster and can help you beat inflation. This is one of the most powerful engines of investing. So keep reinvesting those dividends year after year, and you can see how it can really add up. Understand that all investing involves risk, including loss of principal. That's because stocks are volatile, particularly over shorter time periods. The important thing is to become an owner, stay the course, and
The spread of coronavirus has had a devastating impact on many sectors, with some being brought to their knees. But as with any crisis, others are rubbing their hands with glee. These are the sectors that stand to win from the pandemic and those who have already begun cashing in. Companies are having to change the way they work, and fast. If many had been hesitant to make widespread use of video conferencing, they're now scrambling to get to grips with the technology. Zoom Video Communications is one of the companies which has seen its share price boom. Away from work, people are seeking diversions that do not involve travel and human contact, and that's good news for the video game industry. Global mobile game downloads shot up 39% in February, with China accounting for much of the increase. Games like Brain Out and Honor of Kings were among the most popular choices. Concern in China that takeaways could have been cooked or handled by someone with the virus has led to a subtle yet important trend. Hungry families have turned back to good, old-fashioned fresh groceries which they prepare themselves as meals for their loved ones. In Britain, Ocado and Amazon Fresh would represent the most obvious candidates to benefit, with competition provided by big supermarkets like Tesco, Asda and Morrisons. In Britain, Amazon and other e-commerce suppliers already play a critical role in the retail supply chain. That is only likely to expand further if people grow more reluctant to spend time in public places, including supermarkets and shopping centres. All that time spent cooped up indoors is likely to leave many people in need of some brisk exercise. Step forward Peloton Interactive, the provider of live-streamed workouts to an army of millions of bedroom fitness enthusiasts.
Not yet written.
Video streaming services, including Netflix, Disney+, Comcast, Peacock and HBO Max, are also well insulated from the impact of the disease.
Or from a compatible streaming device.
Any business that finds a cure for the disease is sure to end up posting large profits. Moderna is an American drug discovery and development company hoping to do just that. Another stock that has already benefited from the rising number of cases is Novosit, which produces test kits to diagnose for coronavirus. Aside from curing the virus, people are also desperate to prevent it. Companies producing sanitizers and wipes have obviously seen their shares soar. The valuation of companies manufacturing face masks has also surged. No company will be publicly positive in the current environment, but in several sectors, executives will hope that the epidemic doesn't come to an end